Aren't you sick of how your life is going? Look around. Earth is a fucking disaster. It doesn't have to be this way, though. Don't just sit and deal with it. You have the power to change. You have the power to unlearn what you've been programmed with and relearn whatever interests you. We've all heard of aliens and mermaids and witches and all of that heebie-jeebie. But what if the mystical wasn't so mystical? If you're watching this video, then you've probably already heard of how we had extraterrestrial visitors on Earth before, and you've probably already seen Roswell, the Phoenix Lights, and numerous other sightings. You know that there's fishy stuff going on right now, and you know that the government has somewhat of an involvement in it. There's more insiders coming out now, and it's time to just accept the truth. If you've been denying this because you're scared of feeling crazy, that's fine up until now, because you're going to sound like the stupid one once more people shift. There was an article that went viral a few years ago with Bridget Nielsen and aluna verse. They totally twisted all of their words, but more people are shedding light on this topic, and that's what I'm here to do. The truth needs to be set free, and we, as humans on Earth, deserve to know the truth. I'm going to be talking about who these beings are, what they want, where they come from, how they get what they want, and what our future is going to look like. It's pretty crazy stuff to be talking about, but if you keep an open mind, I hope you guys understand. Families go through this. It's a genetic thing. We all have alien DNA in our blood, some more than others.
Hello Starseeds, it's Sid, and this is my most anticipated video. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite subject, the hybrid children. Now, I say at the end of every video that they're coming soon, so you're wondering who the heck they are. But first, let me start off with who the gray aliens are, because that is where the story really starts. Now, in the Zeta Articuli star system, light years away from Earth, there is stereotypical looking aliens. They're greenish gray, skinny, short, have long skinny fingers, and are more technological based. They have less emotion than us and are definitely less compassionate. But don't go judging them, because they are like a future timeline version of us. Now, time travel is pretty confusing for me, but let's just say that they came back at the perfect time to fix their mistake. In the late 1900s is when the humans of Earth started genetically manipulating themselves. And now, if you take a look at our culture, it has gotten sexier than ever. In the Zeta Articuli star system, there was beings having a lot of sex with a lot of different people in one time frame. And then they started genetically manipulating themselves, and it got to the point where they couldn't reproduce. So we have this dying star race looking to continue their species. And they're like, we gotta make a hybrid race to carry this out. So who can we mate with? You know, they probably had a bunch of different possibilities. There's a bunch of other hominoid-looking creatures in the universe, like a bunch. So why did they pick us? First off, we have some of them in our DNA. Humans ourselves are hybrids. The DNA that is different from ours than a monkey is called junk DNA, and that is actually extraterrestrial DNA. It's DNA not found on Earth, so it only makes sense that it comes from the stars. And where exactly? Zeta, Sirius, Arcturus, Anunnaki, a bunch of different star races are a part of our DNA because they manipulated us. Genetic manipulation isn't that rare of a thing. It's not something that just humans found out. It's something that aliens have been doing for years. It's how we got created. We have some Zeta in us, so it just makes perfect sense to mate with humans who already have that DNA in them that they need. Now, the other reason they chose us, though, is a much more universal, happy reason. So, you, just like if you agreed to have hybrid children, you agreed to come to Earth at a certain time for a certain reason, but you also agreed to commit universal history. Because this planet, what's happening right now, is universal history. No planet that we know of has ever collectively ascended to another dimension. And the humans of Earth, in this lifetime, within the next few years, it's happening right now. We are ascending from the 3D, 4D to 5D. And I get if that sounds crazy, but just try to stay with me here. Dimensions aren't physical, different places. It's not like another universe. It's not like I'm in Michigan and I'm going to go to New York and it's another dimension. No. It's all in the same place. It's different vibrational frequencies. Now, this world is like very solid. We're very dense. But aliens, some of them are like particles of light. You know, they're in higher dimensions. And it gets less physical. That's why if you have dreams, maybe, of connecting with your hybrid children, it feels like a dream. But it's not. It's another reality. And the realities feel dreamier because it's less dense. And you think of it as not real because it's not in the reality that you are most aware to when you wake up in the morning. But that doesn't make it any less real. If you learn from it and if you experience and feel it, doesn't that make it real? Abductees know that this is real. If you went to hypnosis, regression therapy, and you felt it, you remember, you know this is real. At the beginning of the program, it was not as pretty. These beings did not know how to treat us. They were traumatizing us. And if you were an abductee, you felt like a rape victim, or you had PTSD near the beginning of this. Like, it wasn't always that great of an experience. Especially for the babies at the beginning. They were dying. They weren't making it because the humans were traumatized. And they weren't giving the babies love. These babies weren't getting love, and they weren't surviving. The humans taught the Greys that compassion is needed to make life. And that's how this project started working. You might have memories. It's in the Akashic records in anyone's head that you can have access to of this not working at first. And then learning to love, remembering, and caring for the humans more, communicating, explaining to them what was happening, showing them their children, and then they started surviving more. And when it wasn't just the sperm extract and egg harvesting, once they incorporated putting that fertilized egg into a female, leaving it there for a few weeks, then taking it out and then putting it into a test tube to finish growing, they were surviving more. They would even have actual sex on spaceships. Like, this is a very common thing. And it makes sense because it's your sub and unconscious mind going through with this, honestly. But ask a lot of people. I'm not going to share my personal experiences yet because I don't feel comfortable with that. But trust me, there's actual sex going on too, and that makes it a lot easier for a being to live. There's much more love in actually making love to make a baby. Now, it's not always just two parents, one guy, one girl, one alien, one human. It could be multiple. It could be multiple alien guys, multiple alien girls, multiple guy and girl humans. Whatever ratio you want. There's energetics being used in making these kids. It's not just physical genetics. There's science we yet don't understand. But it's working, and it's making these kids that are so loving, so much light, the best of us and the best of them you could have. It's the ultimate race. And we have actually created, as humans, 5 other civilizations, 5 other hybrid races, most of which are already off on their own planet. But the freelancers, one of these hybrid civilizations, are coming to Earth. There are babies coming home, and they are who is supposed to raise our vibration with us. They're who is going to come and help us remember what we came here to do. Now, the government has been hiding our extraterrestrial family from us. But how crazy would it be for someone to just be like, okay, the aliens are real and they're coming, so now they're a part of our lives. Like, chaos would break out. The aliens can't just randomly start coming. It's been hidden for too long. You have to have some sort of transition into this because the human mind can't just take it. Chaos would break out, like I said. But if you have something that is part human, part extraterrestrial, coming down, asking for your acceptance, asking, Mom, Dad, just love me. I am your blood and flesh. Like, I am your DNA. I'm a part of you. I'm part your race too. We have to accept them. We have to. You can't just turn them away. They're our children. And yes, they're part alien too. So that is how you integrate this. That's how you integrate our star family back into our lives. That is how we regain our connection to the cosmos. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it is all part of this greater plan that you agreed to before you came here. So I hope you remember, and I hope if you have hybrid children that you are the best parent you can be and that you welcome them with open arms when they come, because they are coming soon. And it's not just the gray zetas that are involved with this. There's reptilians, there's mantis beings, the Pleiadians are even involved with this. There's so many beings involved with this. It's a universal thing. We are elevating the vibration of the whole universe, and we're making galactic history. We are merging species together in the most beautiful, high energy way. This is how we're meant to integrate our star family back to Earth, so we can all live on Earth together in peace. It's really a beautiful thing, and I'm so grateful for everyone else shedding light on this topic. Barbara Lamb, Dolores Cannon, they were the OGs that came first. Then we have Bridget Nielsen, who has totally opened
so many people's eyes to this. She honestly deserves an award. But there's so many more people coming out of the shadows, shedding light on this. That's why I had to too. I can't hold the truth back any longer. I really hope you guys do your own research on this, and I hope you see the genuineness, because this is without a doubt real. Once you experience the undeniable truth, you will know what I'm talking about. So I hope you guys all have a great week. I hope you guys have a great life, and I hope you incorporate this light into Earth. My friend Keith, who I grew up in this small town with, has a YouTube too, KT Truitt. Pretty dope. You should check him out. And just remember what you guys really came here to do. Tune into the fifth dimension. Love and light, the hybrid children are coming soon.